This is a much longer um, and more involved raid than the last one. The last one was just, one big zone and things were happening there. But there's a lot of zones, there's puzzles, different objectives all along the way. So I'm going to explain it as we go. I'm not going to bother explaining anything ahead of time, so go ahead and get your buffs. Now this, who here is it their first time? Fire, fire elemental, right? Oh, for a druid, yeah. Fire elemental form is better. 3 first timers, cool, and a second timer, right on. So like I said in the last raid, guys, ask questions. Now's the time because I'm happy to explain any parts that I miss. First thing is that this portal here will disappear once you get to the shrine room, which is the room right before the end fight. And technically speaking, you have to move once you're in the shrine room in order to trigger the lockout. But once we get to that point, you want to make sure you never D-door, like once you're at the final fight or at the shrine room. And people can join the raid late until you get to that point. Go ahead and step through the portal, folks. So this zone that we're zoning into now is the first of 6 giant mirror puzzles that we have to do. Kind of like the one that had to be done for the flagging. If you look up over the castle to the east, you'll see that Aglarasa is up there, the Shadow Dracolich that's shooting negative energy down at us. And so if you get her aggro, if she's shooting at you, just go right under the ledge under her and just hang out there. She can't hit you if you're like at the gate here. And for anybody new, please follow me just so you can see where I'm at. I have my glowing orange aura on.
Do not walk through the lane, it will kill you.
That is correct. You technically can walk through it, you just can't stay in it. So if you were to walk through it just for an instant, you'll be fine. But if you stop in it, you will die. So just showing you here that here's the start of the laser beam. And you're just going to use these mirrors that you see the light bouncing off of to change the trajectory of the laser so that it goes over all the way over to this crystal over here in front of this purple portal. And once you get it there, the portal will open in that zone, allowing you to get to the next zone. The portal's up, so everybody can go to the next zone. And the only other thing to do here besides the puzzle is just to help with trash. Trash can sometimes be a problem. The D8 can spike the dungeon alert. And so here's the second mirror puzzle. We're on the shadow side throughout the raid. We're going to be bouncing back and forth between the light side and the Shadowfell side. Baz, thanks for doing the mirror puzzle. You guys can watch him do it if you want. He's pretty good at it. The mirror puzzles are the same every raid, and solutions are on wiki. They're actually not too hard. And if you ever get stuck, you can always just work backwards from the final crystal thingy and just follow it back. Some of them have multiple lasers, some of them just have one. This particular level has 2 different lasers to go to 2 different end crystals. So here, and there's one laser. Here's the other end crystal here. And the beginning of the other laser is right there. And when you're on the shadow side, when we're on the shadow side, once the portal opens, it'll always be the gate in the center.
point out a good way to kill me right now, but I'm pinned against the mirror.
So many jokes that could be made.
Perfect. There it goes.
Okay, the portal's open. If you get lost at any point in this raid, please call it out. It can be a little bit confusing. Okay, this next room, you'll see there's some different choices, ways to go. Don't go through yet. Just want to explain how this works. At this point, there's going to be 3 different puzzles that can be done, and you can do any one of the puzzles to get to the next part of the raid. One of those puzzles will be locked out every time. In this particular case, you can see that to the west, it's blocked off, and we can go south or we can go north. The locations of the puzzles are the same every time. So in this case, south is always the jump room, and north is always the trap room. And I'm so rusty at this raid. What's west?
Red light, green light.
No, that's the next set. Oh, west is the portal maze. Thank you. God, it's been so long. So that won't be an option. The jump room is really aggravating to people. That's the south, to people that don't have good Mario skills. If you don't like jumping and climbing, you will hate that room. If you like it, then you won't have a problem with it. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's see. North is the trap room. So let's just go ahead and go north. Everybody will go north. So there's going to be some trash here. We don't want to kill it all, because if we do, it will just respawn. The trash is late for the party, apparently. And lots of traps here. It's like a little gauntlet you can run through. Most of the traps can be disabled, if not all of them. But you don't want to kill the trash here, because it'll just respawn. You don't want to kill all of it, so you usually want to leave like a couple of archers or something. Respawns can be a serious problem in this raid because of the dungeon alert system. We're just on normal, so you probably can just run through most of the traps. And when you get to the top of the stairs, you're going to see a lever, and that lever controls a gate at the other end. And so here you kind of need 2 people. If you've got wings or you're really fast, you can do it with 1 person. But generally speaking, you'll need 2 people here.
Hell? Yeah, rotated sideways and walked off the side. Awesome. Look at the lever.
Once you get 1 person through this part, there's a lever on the other side that a person can let people through. Thanks for doing traps, folks. And if I could get 1 High Lord who already knows the raid to just hang out at the lever for a little bit. Thanks, man. Everybody else can go through the portal.
What's behind the gate?
Red, can you hit the lever?
And everybody who's new or newer, I want you to follow me to the ledge out here. Just want to show you something.
Okay, good.
Right now we are over the previous zone. That is where we first came in. That was the first mirror puzzle that we did. So if you ever need to go back to get somebody died, somebody's lost, you could just jump down and go through the same thing we just did. But since we're here, let's go ahead and, everybody who's new, I want you to go ahead and just jump down with me, because I want to show you the other puzzle room. We'll just go right back through this this portal here. And the next portal, which is in the center.
Always in the center on the shadow side.
Yep.
Good thing to
And now this time go through the south portal when you're in the selection room. Just showing you there are no mobs to fight here. You're just gonna climb and jump until you get all the way up to a portal up top. So I just wanted to show it to you. You come in here with a group or something, you can practice, but we can go right back through the portal we came in, and then just go back to the north.
Sorry, talking to somebody here in the real world.
Can you hit the lever, Dread? Thank you. And once more. Thank you. I think everybody's through. You can go ahead and leave your post. If we have to let somebody else through, then we can just send somebody back. Over here, the portal will spawn in the south. And the portal is up. It's on the south, on the other side of the wall. And now we're on the Shadowfell side, so this is mirror puzzle number 4. They really overdid it with the mirror puzzles in this raid. They are cool, but 6 is way too many. If you're in the beam when it first starts too, it will also insta-kill you, so it's a fun way to harass your guildies and friends. Or if you're ever trying to, if you're leading the raid and you're ever trying to haze someone, you know, it's their first time, you can tell them to step into the light to get like a light weapon buff or something. That's always a fun one.
It works. I've done it. You can shoot yourself with a laser too, so you know that's always interesting when you're spinning it around and you're in front of it on accident.
Yeah, I've done that more than once, man.
Should be all serious.
Portal is open. Go ahead and go through it, folks. Now we're going to fight a little mini boss. Bone Guardian. There's going to be some trash too. We don't want to kill all the trash here, just like what was supposed to be in the trap room, entrance room. You don't want to kill it all there either because of respawns. So you want to leave, 2 or 3 pieces of trash. This guy, if he stays alive too long, he will sacrifice the trash to regenerate. So you do need to kill him relatively quickly. And he drops a chest. No named loot though. And just jump through the portal after you're done looting your chest. And for those of you who are new, come out to the ledge again like we did before. I've got my aura on so you can see where I'm at. And just showing you now we're up, like way up on level 3. 2 tiers up from where we started. So if you ever need to go back, you can go down 1 or 2 tiers if you want to. I should have said this before you even came in here, but you will need death block for this raid because there are casters in the end fight, actually, and during these parts too, that can cast Finger of Death. These Cult of the Dragon Death Lords. And here the portal will be in the south. There was a helmed horror too at this point that needed to be killed before the light started. And then this next part, for this 6th and final mirror puzzle, there's a beholder and a helmed horror that need to die. And the helmed horrors, they can be tricky to kill because they can be healed by certain elemental damage spells. And it rotates which one they're healed by, and you can tell which one by the kind of damage they're doing. And so you could tell by, you know, watching the damage you're taking, or you can just look at its sword and whatever, like, aura it has, like an electrical aura or a fire aura or a cold aura, that's the element you don't want to use against them because it will heal them. So right now you may be thinking that this raid seems really long and confusing. It does kind of seem that way your first few tries, but once you get used to it, you know, these first 6 mirror puzzles and all the way up through all the puzzles to the end fight, you can race through it in 10 minutes with a group that knows what they're doing. Oh, there is a death mechanism here. It's not a timer like some raids. It's a unique death mechanism where if you die, a wraith of you will appear, and it will be like, you know, Keeper of Ginger Spice, it'll be named. Before we choose the next puzzle, I just want to explain that death mechanism real quick. And the only way to raise you is first, well, there are 2 ways. You can kill the Keeper, and that will allow you to be raised. But the Keeper kind of has a lot of hit points, so there's a workaround right now. I don't think it's working as intended, but everybody's doing it, where you can just run away from your soul stone twice, and that will make the wraith go away. And when I say run away from your soul stone, I mean till it times out and rubber bands you back to your soul stone. You do that twice, that will allow you to be raised. It's been like that since this raid came out. So here's another puzzle selection room. Just like before, it's 3 puzzles. They're always in the same location, and one will be locked out. In this particular case, the south one is locked out, which is red light, green light. And then in the west is the puzzle called Gravity, and then in the north is the puzzle called Combat Training. Now, I will say this. People have very, very strong feelings about red light, green light, and Gravity. People tend to love them or hate them. I hate Gravity, but love red light, green light. Some people hate red light, green light with a passion. You won't be able to see red light, green light, or Gravity. But red light, green light, it's basically, there's a little maze. There are some like big bulbs that are going to alternate between red, yellow, and green. When it's green, you get to go. When it's red, you have to stop, just like a stoplight. And if you move while it's red, then you take like a huge disintegrate. Typically, you die right away. So it tends to be a little buggy. A lot of people report that they die even when they're not moving. And then Gravity is another maze, but it's kind of like a 3-dimensional maze, and you can change the gravity to be regular or reversed, and you have to hit some levers to open the way to the end. So you really, really have to have somebody who knows the gravity room, otherwise it can take a long time to figure out. In this case, we're going to go north. Pretty much any pug is going to go north if that's an option. Combat training is by far the easiest one of these three. So these three, it's three different sets of puzzles than the first three. Go to the top of the tower, go up the stairs and up the ladder. That's interesting. I didn't know that, Mickey.
It just kind of immobilizes you and ensures that you're not walking or shifting a little bit. A lot of people have said that if they block, that's when they have the issues. I've never really had any issues or a bike out anyways, honestly.
So here what we're doing, folks, is there's going to be one of the trash mobs is going to have a shadowy aura. Whoever gets the killing blow on that particular mob will take on that shadowy aura. And they need to jump down to the north and run at the crystal that's down there. That's a phylactery. And basically what happens when you take on that aura, you're going to explode a few seconds later, and you need to explode on the phylactery to bring down the shield so that we can DPS the phylactery, and that will allow us to move to the next zone once the phylactery is destroyed. So we have to go through a few iterations of this. If somebody has a really strong ruin, they can one-shot it. Otherwise, it'd take it a little bit longer. I'm talking about one-shotting the phylactery down below. If you don't run at the phylactery right away, if you take on that aura, you'll just explode and you may die. Or either way, you're going to take a lot of damage. So watch for that aura, watch for the mob with the aura. If you get it, just jump over the edge to the north and run at the
Probably best if you take
thing.
the off.
Yeah. Usually you're going to have casters down below waiting for the shield to come down, and sometimes just be one person with a strong rune designated to take down the phylactery. Tail wags, do you have ruin? Okay. Yeah, you can put like AoEs on it, and that'll hurt it as soon as the shield comes down. Alright, if phylactery is about to go down, it should go down. It's got a dot on it. Yep, phylactery is destroyed, so go ahead and jump down and go through the west portal. This is the lockout point. We don't have anybody coming in late, so we don't have to worry about it. But if you were in a group and people were joining late, they would probably ask that you not even go through that portal until everybody got past the entranceway. That portal that was there when we first came in, that very first room, that's the portal that disappears once we get in here and move. Go ahead and shrine up, and all we have left is the end fight, and it's the most convoluted part. I'm passing out fires. Does anybody need it on a second set of weapons? Otherwise, I'm gonna rest. So at this point of the raid, this is really, really important. Don't ever D-door once you get to this point of the raid, because you will be locked out. Anybody will be locked out if they go through it, because it's going to take them back to that first room, and that portal will not be there. So don't even ever put one up as a joke. Sometimes people in pugs, I've heard about people putting up a D-door as a joke, and then they're going to get screamed at because somebody's going to click on it by accident. It is not a funny joke in here because you totally get locked out. Okay, this end fight is a little involved, and I'm going to talk us through it, but I'm going to give you the overview first. When we step through, there's going to be a shadowed Dracolich, Arglarossa, that we saw earlier when we looked up. She was the one breathing on us from above. And we're going to have a person designated to tank her, and they're going to take her over to the corner and establish aggro. And we're also going to have 2 people designated to trash, and they'll be doing trash for the rest of the raid. So can I get 2 volunteers on trash, please? Preferably 2 people that already basically know how things work.
Sure.
Cool, thanks, man. That's impossible. I don't have a girlfriend. That's fine. You can have her. Better wear a rubber, dude. Need 1 more person on trash, please. Carino, you'll do trash?
Whatever you want me to do.
Okay. I kind of want you to... I don't want you to do trash. If this is this your first time?
It is.
Okay. I want you to see what's happening on the other side, where there's a point in which we're going to go to the Shadowfell side, and there's a whole different thing going on over there. It's just your first time. I want you to see that. So, I need somebody else. How about Sparrow or Dread? Or Nokawi. One of those 3. Okay, thank you, Nokawi. And so, Nokawi and Sparrow are going to be on trash. Or, excuse me, Nokawi and Takashi are going to be on trash the rest of the raid. Also need a dragon tank. And I'm going to need a... I'm going to need a Kuljarg tank too. There are these other mobs called Kuljarg Battle Ragers or something like that, and they're basically these really tough skeletons, and they knock you down a lot. So if somebody's in Unyielding Sentinel and Stand Against the Tide, that's helpful. But a tanky kind of person on normal, it's not going to be too bad, but it still needs to be somebody with some good AC or PRR. Alternatively, they can be kited around. But I first want to see if there's anybody that's interested in tanking them. There's going to be 5 of them. I might actually have you dragon tank.
Oh god, probably median dragon and holding the aggro, but if I'm focused, it shouldn't be too big a deal.
Sparrow, can you dragon tank? You've done it before.
What's that?
Can you dragon tank?
I got pots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool, perfect. Okay, so Sparrow is going to go in there and grab the dragon's aggro, take it to the corner. And then Mickey is going to grab the Kaljargs. Don't go in yet though, bro. And he's just going to tank those. Could you just tank him off to the side? You've seen where I like to do it. And that way you can reach everybody from there.
Yeah, you want me to tank them, or?
Yeah, if you could tank him, just like if you're looking at the dragon to the left of the dragon.
Okay.
Cool, thanks, man. And so if you get a Kaljarg on you, don't DPS it. Just take it over to Mickey and he'll get it off of you. And then we're going to be beating on the dragon until the dragon gets down to 50% health. And there's going to be trash spawning throughout the whole time. When you're on trash duty, top priority is the casters. Because for every caster that's out, the dragon has big buffs. She does extra damage and has extra fortification. In fact, if 5 casters come out and are alive at the same time, the dragon will be immune to damage. And do a crap ton extra DPS with physical attacks. So you really, really want to kill the casters as soon as possible. And like I said earlier, they do insta-kills as well. Sorry, I had to tell. Once the dragon gets down to 50% health, she's going to summon shadows. And at that point, everybody but the tanks and the trash people will take those shadows to the center of the zone, onto the mound. There's like a mound of rubble. And you're going to kill the shadows there. When the shadows die, there's a chance that they will spawn a portal to the shadow side, and that portal does not look like the portal in front of us. It doesn't look like your traditional portal. It kind of looks like a globe of invulnerability, or one of those like chaos orbs that you see in like the Subterrane or Zorian Cipher. You know, those black bubbles that move around. There you go. It kind of looks like this, but dark and smaller. And so when you see those appear, you're going to click on it to go through the portal to go to the shadow side. And there's a whole different thing going on over there, and I'm going to explain what to do when we get over there. But everybody except the 2 trash people and the 2 tanks is going to go to the shadow side. The reason why we take the shadows to the center is so that everybody knows where that portal spawns. The portal only stays up for like 5 or 10 seconds, so you don't have a lot of time to like figure out where it is and run over to it. Like, you got to be on top of it. So that's why we're going to do the shadows in the center. I'm going to talk us through the whole thing, but does anybody have any questions before we get started? Alright, everybody through the portal. Don't DPS the dragon right away. Please let Sparrow get it in place. He's going to take it over to the northeast corner of the zone. Look right now into the northeast and southeast corner of the zones. You're going to see like steps that lead up to a platform, and there's a lever there. I just want you to take note of those levers because we're going to be talking about those levers later at the end of the fight. Also look at around the center, around the ring, there's these things called ward flames. They're like little braziers or something. Take note of those locations as well because we're going to be using those later. If you get a Kaljarg, take it to Mickey. He's going to be in the north next to the stairs. Other than that, let the trash people take care of the trash, and once Sparrow White gets the dragon in place, the rest of us are going to beat on it from behind. The dragon does a lot of negative energy damage, but it's no big deal on normal. The reason why we have her tanked in the corner is so that she's not hitting everybody else with her negative energy breath weapon. let us know when we can come in, Sparrow.
Yeah, you should be able to come in.
Get a little closer to the dragon if you would, Mickey. And everybody else can go ahead and start beating on the dragon from behind. That's great right there, Mickey. I just want you to be able to reach the dragon group as well as the center group.
Yeah. I was just running out there trying to grab the last couple of dragons.
Okay, cool. I got a call jar for you, Mickey. Paydor, you should be beating on the dragon.
Yeah, so we should do your full job.
Thanks, buddy.
She's not
Dragon's almost at 50. When she does, she's gonna spawn those. She's gonna summon those shadows, and that's when everybody but the 2 tanks and the trash people will go to the center with the shadows. Okay, go to the center. Dragon DPS group, go to the center. Kill the shadows on the mound and watch for those portals. You're gonna click on it when it comes up. Okay, there's a portal up. Everybody click on that portal. It's right there in the center. Good, looks like a lot of people got through. If you didn't make it through, don't worry. Just help kill trash. Or if there's another shadow, you can kill it and go through the portal that spawns. The dragon will spawn more shadows every like 20% health or whatever. There's going to be 2 beholders and 2 helmed horrors on this side. We're going to go ahead and kill all of that stuff. Don't worry about every last shadow on the shadow side because they're going to spawn anyways.
Can you still do these things Ramos style?
I have no idea, dude. I haven't been doing this raid much lately. Hey, come around to the other side. On the shadow side, go around to the south of the zone. There's going to be another beholder and another helmed horror. Looks like those might be dead already. No. The helmed horror must still be alive because the laser didn't start yet. I see him. He's in the north.
And Nick, you think they hit me with the true steam?
Here you are.
Remember, you don't want to hang out in these lights. Don't go through the portals, guys. If you join a pug, they're going to do this a little bit differently. And with the method we're going to use is just going to be the method that you're more than likely going to encounter in a pug. But I'm going to explain how this part works in case you're with other groups that are doing things a little bit differently. There are 6 portals on this side. Okay, right now you can see there are 2 of them up. They're in the northeast and southeast of the zone. There's also a portal over there in the west, but that just takes you back to the dragon side. Okay, right now you can just see 2 portals. If you change the location of the laser, you can see that another portal comes up. So there are 3 portals. Each laser controls 3 portals. And behind, watch yourself as I move this around. I don't want to kill you. Behind each portal is a phylactery. So there are 6 different portals, 6 different phylacteries. 5 of them are decoys, and 1 of them is the true phylactery. And so what you have to do, or what you can do, is you can send people into multiple portals at once to prep the phylacteries, and then once they're all prepped and ready to go, you give the kill order, everybody takes them down at the same time, and you hope you get the right phylactery. So you can potentially send somebody in all 6 portals, kill them all at the same time, you have a 100% chance of getting the right phylactery. The reason why most people don't use that method is because you have a very, very tight window to kill them all at the same time, and there are so many things that can go wrong, and if anybody kills their phylactery too soon, it pulls everybody else out and back to the dragon's side, so you sort of lose that chance. And so what most people are doing, most pugs are doing, is just sending people into the portal one at a time. Kill the phylactery. When they're out, they say they're out, then the next person goes in. Every time any phylactery is destroyed, all of them reset, so the location of the true phylactery resets. So you just keep doing the same portal over and over and over until you get lucky enough to find the real phylactery. It's a 1 in 6 chance of doing it this way. For what it's worth, like when we do our guild raids, we actually will start with 2 at a time, and if it starts taking too long, we'll do 3 at a time, then 4 at a time. But like I said, most pugs are just doing it 1 at a time because it becomes really hard to coordinate, especially when you're dealing with people you don't know. So, usually you just send people 1 at a time, self-sufficient people. You're going to go into a little room, there's going to be shadows, and there's going to be the phylactery. You just kill the phylactery, keep yourself healed. In this case, since we got some new people, let's go ahead and send Karinu and Paydor in. You guys both go ahead and go in and just kill the phylactery as fast as possible. When you're out, it'll take you to the dragon side. Just let us know that you're out, and then we'll send some more people in.
You can still do it grandma style, by the way.
Alright. When they get the right phylactery, there'll be a DM announcement, the dragon will start talking, and the phylactery that's in the center of the shadow side, that will explode. And there'll be fragments all over the floor, and we'll have to grab those. But I'll talk about that when we get there. So Bifrost, go ahead and go in, and Necrin, you go ahead and go in. Just kill the phylactery as fast as possible. Okay, Tailwags and Winston, you guys go ahead. Dread, if they don't get it, you and I are gonna do 2 at the same time, okay? Copy that?
Yep.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Wait.
Alright, Dread, go ahead and go into yours and get it prepped.
Correct.
Go ahead and kill. So in this case, we did 2 at the same time. You have about once one goes down, you have maybe like a 5 to 10 second window to kill that second one, or all the rest of them, before everybody gets sucked out. At this point, we want to just, we didn't get lucky enough to get the right phylactery. We want to just beat on the dragon again until more shadows spawn, and so more shadows are being summoned. Everybody but the 2 tanks and the trash people will go to the center and kill the shadows again, and we just do the same thing we already did. Except this time we don't have to kill the beholder beholders and the helmed horrors again. Just kill the shadows in the center. Go through the portal as soon as it comes up. Portal up in the center. Everybody go through it. Just go over to the portal again. In Nekrin and Karinu, go ahead and go in. Mickey, why are you in here?
I told you, drama.
No, we don't want to do that for this, bro. Fail. Okay, is there anybody here new that would like to try to solo it? This is a good chance to practice tail wags. Why don't you go ahead and go in there and try to just beat it down on yourself by yourself?
I did ask if it still worked, and you just said, I don't know. So I said I was going to find out.
Stand in the corner and think about what you did.
Save myself some time.
And just let us know when you're out, tail wags. Alright, Bifrost, why don't you go ahead and go in there by yourself? If you get in trouble, just let us know. Someone will come in and help you. Mickey, do you know how to prep?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. No, it's been a while. If he doesn't get it, let's do 3 at a time for the video, okay? And just call it out when you're out, Bifrost. So we're going to do it our old school method if he doesn't get the right one. We're going to prep one at a time. Prep and stabilize. Okay, Mickey, go ahead and go in there and prep it, and when it's stable, let us know. Dread, you can stay here. I'm just going to change to a different portal. But don't go in it until Mickey has it prepped. So what we're doing here, folks, we're going to do 3 of these phylacteries at a time. Mickey's going to go in his, get it prepped and stable. Stable meaning he doesn't have a dot ticking on it, doesn't have a shadow, any kind of summon beaten on it. And once he gets it to like 5%, he's going to say he's prepped. Then we're going to send a second person into the next one to do the same thing. When they have it prepped, then we send a third person in, and then once they have it prepped, they give the kill order and everybody takes it down. By doing it one at a time like this, it takes away some of the error factor in case somebody kills it too soon. Because like I said, once one phylactery is destroyed, everybody gets sucked out a few seconds later.
Take my time here. Just want to overdot it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see here. Should be good.
Alright, Dread. Go ahead and go in. So at this point, it doesn't matter if I go into that portal or if I go, change this and have the next one come up. It makes no difference. It's still going to be a 3 in 6 chance. But just for demonstration, I'm going to pull this one up here.
Correct.
Okay, wait for it. I'm going in now. Kill, kill, kill. So this time we had a 50% chance.
Really?
So we had a 50% chance that time, and we still didn't get it. So, point to emphasize here is this end fight can go on for a long time if you're having bad luck, because we've already gone through like 6 iterations of 1 at a time, and then 1 at where we did 2 at the same time. So we've already had like 6 1 in 6s, 1 1 in 3, and 1 1 in 2 chance, and we're just getting shit luck. So go ahead and beat on the dragon again till more shadows come out, and then we just do this all over again until we finally get the correct phylactery. So you can see Aglarosa's health. It looks like she's about to die, but because we didn't kill the correct phylactery, she's just going to heal back up to, I think, 50%. Yep. Okay, shadows are up. Bring them to the center. Watch for that portal and go through it as soon as it spawns. Portal up. Everybody go through it. And just go around to the portal. You'll see it's in a different position just because that's the last one that I went through. But let's have Karina, why don't you go ahead and try to solo it. And let us know when you're out.
No doubt.
What happened?
No go's gonna kill Dread Loot.
This is taking a long time, but this is actually making it good for the video because we're showing different ways of doing this. So people that are new to this or don't understand how it works are going to see how this really works. Okay, we just got the real phylactery. So for those of people who are still on the shadow side, pick up one of these shards of the phylactery off the floor in the middle and go through the west portal. That's going to take us right back to the dragon side. And you're going to put those shards, you can only carry one at a time, you're going to put those shards into those ward flames, those holes around the center. And we need to light all those up before we can kill the dragon. There's one more in the west that needs to be lit.
I got it.
Cool. If you're new, take a look around. Notice that all the ward flames are lit. Now we need the dragon to be in the center. The dragon has to go down in the center. She will not die. So if you're new, remember those levers I was talking about? When she goes down, the levers have to be pulled at the same time. I want everybody who's new or who's only done it a couple times to come into the southeast corner. I'm going to put my aura up so you can see where I am. Everybody who's new, come to the southeast corner. Everybody else, do not kill the dragon yet. I want to explain how this works. So just slow down on dragon DPS, please. Okay, this lever here and the one across from us over here have to be pulled as soon as she goes down. Stop dragging DPS, please. Okay, and you only have a few second window to do it. So what I like to do, and I think this is where some pugs are making a mistake, is some pugs are only putting one person on each lever. But if they get interrupted or something because of the trash, then you lost that iteration. Our Glarossa gets healed and you have to beat her down again. So I like to put 2 people on each lever and who just wait for our Glarossa to go down. So Necron and Mickey, you guys stay here. And then Bifrost and Karinu, you guys stay on this lever, okay? And Tailwags.
Yep.
Oh, you don't have any mana left. Tailwags, you stay on this lever. And Karinu, I want you to put like a firewall on the lever, on both levers, this one and the next one. That way, any trash that spawns will aggro on you instead of the lever pullers. So I just want to make sure you keep whatever kind of AoE, firewall, or whatever up that you want to on each lever once the dragon gets down to like below 10%, which she is now. So we need to make sure the dragon goes down on the center mound, and you can watch her targeting circle to see if she's on it or not. If she goes...
Get ready on the levers.
Yep, get ready on the levers, guys. If she goes off of that center mound, you have to stop DPS immediately. And no dots on the dragon once she gets below 10% health, because we need to be able to control DPS. And no more dots. She's off the center, so stop DPS. Stop dragon DPS. Alright, continue dragon DPS. Get ready on the levers, guys. So no AoEs in the center either, because like I said, we need to be able to control DPS. Get ready on levers, guys. She's about to go down. Pull, pull, pull. Pull the levers. And that's Temple of the Deathwyrm. Congratulations, guys.
Center. Little rock pile of it.
Just pull all the trash to the chests. Hey, thanks for coming, everybody. High Lords, thanks so much for coming to help out. Everybody else, congratulations, some of you on your first one. Like I said in the other raid, this is where Shadow Dragon Phlogistons come from, as well as Shadow Dragon Scales. Does anybody have any questions about any of the raids before we break?